the most difficult art that most people never subscribe to is saying no. One of the beautiful things about saying no, it tells people that you have boundaries and that you are in touch with yourself. A man who is always a yes man is a big, huge red flag. These are people you can't rely on. When you realize that no is easier than saying yes, that means you have awoken your consciousness. You see life differently from what people define it to be. Having a different perspective is when you say no. A yes man would always compromise, would always switch up on his brotherhood. He is a man who is not steady. But you see, a man who says no, regardless of the situation, is a man who has overcome his complexes. Complex is a thing. People want to identify with other people. That's why they would say yes. People want to be in line with the trend. That is why they will say yes. You create your own path. But the moment you say no, that's when all hell gets loose because you become an anomaly. There is a different baptism that comes with a man or a person or an individual who says no and who is not a yes man. You must understand these realities because you must know what you are contending with on a regular basis. I have said no and I have mastered to say no even when it's uncomfortable. These are things that come with maturity. And maturity is not solely dependent on age. It's coming to understand your environment and the way it operates. You are not far from the truth when you say no. You are always closer to God when you say no to your desires. When you say no to those friendships. When you say no to that meal. When you say no to what does not align with your priorities. You must understand that the world is designed to distract you from your purpose. And the moment you start becoming the man you or the woman you are meant to be, that is when your purpose starts forming and having an essence and meaning to you. And you nurture it and culture it. And that is when the distractions will intensify. And that demands that you say no to a lot of things. That demands that you pursue your priorities than your distractions. Learn to say no. Learning to say no is a skill. It's inevitable. You have to learn to say no. And saying no doesn't mean that it will all be sunshine and rainbows. That every day, every time will be the best. Learning to say no would mean and comes with a lot of sacrifices. You probably would lose family, lose friends, lose jobs, lose opportunities because you said no. You must understand the consequences that comes with saying no before accepting the reality of what comes with saying no. If you have a follower mindset, you will always be a yes man. People who say no are rare. They are the abnormalities, the outliers. These are people who have principles, people who have visions that are different and unique. They don't live by people's approval. Because when you have mastered to say no, you don't expect anything from people. You don't expect people's approval. You don't expect people's applause. You don't expect people's appraises. It's a path that terrifies a lot of people. It's a path that is so hard to tread because at the end of the day, you realize you are the only one on that path, and it sometimes looks or perceives to be lonely because there are no partners who walk the same walk you walk. It's a reality that you must accept fully with your heart, regardless of the circumstances in front of you. Saying no is difficult. Saying no to your habits is difficult. Saying no to your addictions is difficult. Saying no to invitations is difficult. Saying no to opportunities is difficult. Saying no to your family is difficult, most especially when it's not your priority. Most especially when these events will not take you to your promised land.